Imagine having to buy time itself. In Victorian London, one woman walked the streets carrying the most accurate time in Britain in her pocket. For decades, Ruth Belville sold something we now take for granted. She sold the exact time, one tick at a time, from a pocket watch named Arnold. Born into a family already steeped in the unusual business of time, Ruth Belville's story begins in 1854, London, where her father, John Henry, had established a peculiar yet vital service. In an age before radio signals and synchronized clocks, he would journey to Greenwich Observatory, set his chronometer to the exact time, and sell this precision to London's watchmakers and businesses. The Belvilles weren't just selling time, they were selling trust in an increasingly punctual world. When John Henry died in 1875, his widow Maria took over the business, carrying their certified chronometer through London's foggy streets. Young Ruth watched and learned at her mother's side, absorbing the intricacies of their unique trade. The family's prized possession was a silver pocket chronometer made by John Arnold in 1794, which became known simply as Arnold, a timepiece that would become as much a character in this story as Ruth herself. In an era when women rarely ran businesses, Ruth's childhood was unique. She grew up understanding the vital importance of precise time in an industrializing world. Railway companies, factories, and financial institutions all depended on synchronized time to function. The Belville family service was more than a business. It was a crucial thread in the fabric of Victorian London's infrastructure. When Ruth took over the family business in 1892, following her mother's retirement, she faced a world that was rapidly changing. The streets of London were transforming with new technologies, and competitors emerged who claimed their methods were more modern and efficient. The most formidable was the Standard Time Company, which used telegraphic signals to distribute time. They launched a savage campaign against Ruth, mocking her old-fashioned methods and even suggesting it was improper for a woman to be conducting such business. In 1908, St. John Wynne, the director of the Standard Time Company, publicly denounced Ruth's method as antiquated and her business as a municipal absurdity. He questioned how anyone could trust a woman carrying time in a pocket watch. When electrical signals could do the job automatically, the attack was both professional and personal, challenging not just her methods but her very right to operate in this male-dominated field. Yet Ruth faced an even greater challenge: convincing clients to maintain their trust in her human touch in an increasingly automated world. Every day, she battled London's notorious weather, navigating through fog, rain, and snow to reach her clients. A single late arrival could damage her reputation. The physical toll of walking miles each day, carrying her precious chronometer, was considerable. And always, there was the pressure of knowing that hundreds of businesses relied on her accuracy. A single mistake could throw London's commercial pulse into chaos. What made Ruth's service extraordinary wasn't just the selling of time. It was her ingenious blend of technical precision and personal trust. Arnold, her family's chronometer, was regularly certified at Greenwich Observatory to be accurate within 1/10 of a second. But Ruth's true innovation was in creating an early subscription service that personalized precision timekeeping. Her method was deceptively simple, yet incredibly effective. Every morning, she would travel to Greenwich Observatory, where she would have Arnold set to the exact Greenwich Mean Time. Then, she would embark on her carefully planned route through London, visiting subscribers who paid between 2 to 3 guineas annually for her service. At each stop, Ruth would compare her clients' timepieces with Arnold, noting any discrepancies and adjusting their clocks accordingly. She developed a reputation for extraordinary precision, able to detect variations of just a fraction of a second. Her clients included clockmakers, banks, factories, and even other timekeeping services. What made this system work wasn't just the accuracy of Arnold. It was Ruth's meticulous record-keeping and personal relationships with her clients. She maintained detailed logs of each timepiece's tendency to gain or lose time, allowing her to predict and account for variations. This human element, combined with Greenwich's authority, created a unique hybrid of traditional craftsmanship and scientific precision. Ruth also innovated in her business practices. She introduced flexible visiting hours to accommodate different businesses' schedules and developed a coding system to track the performance of subscribers' timepieces over time. These seemingly small innovations made her service indispensable to London's commercial life. Despite Ruth's dedication and innovation, the march of technology proved unstoppable. The introduction of radio time signals in the 1920s began to make her service increasingly obsolete. Major institutions could now receive accurate time directly, without the need for a personal visit. The installation of electric clocks and synchronized time systems in businesses and railways further eroded her client base. By the 1930s, Ruth's list of subscribers had dwindled significantly. The woman who had once been vital to London's timekeeping was becoming a curiosity, a living reminder of a bygone era. Younger generations, accustomed to automatic systems, couldn't understand why anyone would need to buy time from a woman with a pocket watch. The final blow came with the advent of the BBC's regular time signals in 1924. Now, anyone with a radio could hear the exact time, announced several times a day. Ruth's personal touch and the authority of Arnold were no match for the convenience and ubiquity of broadcast time. In 1940, at the age of 86, Ruth made her last time-telling round through London's streets. The world had changed around her, and the intimate connection between timekeeper and client that she had nurtured for so long was no longer valued in an age of automation. She passed away in 1943, and with her died a tradition of personal timekeeping that had spanned 3 generations of her family. Ruth Belville's story is far more than a tale of obsolescence. It's a testament to the human element in technological progress. For over half a century, she was London's living connection to official time, bridging the gap between the precision of Greenwich and the practical needs of a growing metropolis. Her legacy lives on in unexpected ways. The trust she built between timekeeper and client foreshadowed modern concerns about digital time synchronization and network security. Her subscription-based service model was ahead of its time, predating modern technology service subscriptions by nearly a century. More importantly, Ruth Belville's story challenges our assumptions about progress. In an age of atomic clocks and GPS time signals, her method of personally delivering time might seem quaint. Yet there was something profound in the relationship between Ruth, her clients, and Arnold, a human connection that no wireless signal could replicate. Today, Arnold, the chronometer that traveled countless miles through London's streets, rests in the Science Museum, a silent reminder of a time when accuracy had a human face. Ruth Belville's story serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the most effective innovations aren't just about technology. They're about the trust, dedication, and personal connections that make technology meaningful in human lives. As we rush headlong into an increasingly automated future, perhaps we should pause to remember the Greenwich time lady, who proved that even the most precise science can benefit from a human touch. In an era of digital disconnection, her story reminds us that progress isn't just about replacing the old with the new. It's about preserving what makes us human in the face of relentless change.